Understanding the TikTok algorithm is actually a lot easier than you think it is. And getting your very first 1,000 views on TikTok is actually pretty easy if you kind of just like put your mind to it and do what I'm going to teach you here in this episode. And so, if you have been saying to yourself, I am ready to take TikTok seriously, then this is the episode for you. So, when it comes to getting on TikTok and having success, what I find a lot is that when I'm working with people, oftentimes will say, I don't really know what TikTok wants. I'm shadow banned on TikTok, or the algorithm hates me. But what I really think is happening is that most people are coming from one platform and they're coming over to TikTok and they're trying to do exactly what they have done on another platform and they're trying to do it over on TikTok. But we have to remember that TikTok is its own company, Instagram is its own company, Snapchat's its own company, and we get this awesome opportunity to learn what is happening with the platform. What do people like on the platform? How do they engage on the platform? And then how can you best show up? Okay. Now, that's not always what people want to hear, because people want to be able to create one piece of content and it does extremely well everywhere. And that would be amazing if it happened, but it doesn't typically happen that way. Okay. And so it's really important that if you're going to have success on TikTok, that you understand that it's its own thing and you get this awesome opportunity to learn it. Okay. So one of the things when it comes to getting your first set of views, 1,000 views on a TikTok video, is that you have to remember that people log on to TikTok and all social media for their own reason. People are logging on to social media to be entertained. There's something like in their present life they don't want to be bothered with. So they want to pick up their phone. They want to open up the TikTok app and they want to experience something. And you have to understand that as a content creator, as someone who is going to create a piece of content, edit it and post it on that app. You have to understand the person on the other side of the screen. All right. You have a desire, you have a want and a need to get the views, but your content has to be entertaining a person on the other side of the screen. That doesn't mean you have to dance or be goofy or do something you don't want to do. It just means that whatever it is that you're getting ready to create, whomever you're creating it for, they have to want to see what you're putting out. Okay. So I have 5 things I'm going to talk about today. And the first one is you've got to choose content that your audience wants to see. Okay. You have to create content that your audience wants to see. Okay. So for example, I have 2 accounts on TikTok. One of them is where I teach TikTok marketing strategies and how to make money online. And the second account is Keenya, life over 40, menopause, losing weight, health, fitness, beauty, right? Every time I create a piece of content on any one of those pages, I have to remember that there's a person on the other side of this phone and they have to want to see this. Otherwise, this video is going to flop. So when you're choosing your niche and what you're creating content about, right, you want to actually go, okay, is this something that my audience would be interested in? Like, is this something that you're interested in, or is this something that they will be interested in? Because it's one thing to create content for yourself, and it's another thing to create content that your audience actually wants to see. Okay. And so what I would encourage you to do, that I have a lot of my clients do, is I have them go to TikTok and they go to the search page, right? So basically that means you go to the FYP, the page where TikTok is showing you content of people you don't know. Click in the upper right hand corner. It's a magnifying glass. And then you want to do a search. You can do 1 or 2 keywords in your particular niche or the topic that you want to create content around that day. And you want to find something similar to what it is you're trying to create. I'm not telling you to copy it. I'm saying that find out, is that topic, like, are people interested in it, right? Because if you create something and you look and see that every single video that talks about that has like 10 views, then you're more likely to get 10 views as well, right? But if you also see that most content with that topic has like 10,000, 100,000 views, then you're likely to have that same experience, okay? So give yourself that gift of doing the research. It takes just a couple seconds to do it, but it really helps set you up to give people what they want and be on brand for whatever it is you're creating. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep your videos short and to the point, especially when you're first getting started. Now, yes, TikTok wants people creating longer content on the platform. However, if you are a brand new account, people on TikTok don't know you, you don't have a following that TikTok has sent your content to, they're sending it to all strangers, okay? So you want to make sure you keep your videos short and to the point, right? Get to the message to where people start to like you, engage with you, and the algorithm starts to know who to send your content to. I recommend that your first set of videos, your first 4 or 5 set of videos be 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, but like around the 15-second mark. Keep it short and to the point, okay? The third thing that you want to do in order to get your first 1,000 views is you have got to use hooks, okay? You've got to use hooks, okay? So the third one you want to do is you want to use a text hook, okay? Now, what is a hook? A hook gives people a reason to stop and watch the video, okay? It's really important to note that when people log on to TikTok, the videos are muted, okay? So when they see and they're scrolling, they can't hear anything. So it's not about what they can hear in your video, it's what they see in your video first. So you want to have a hook. And the first part of that hook is a text hook. It's some text on screen that gets their attention, okay? So there is this video I did many times. It was called the $400,000 divorce. And I used that text hook because I knew that people would say the $400,000 divorce, she got a $400,000 from her ex-husband. And I knew that would make people interested to see what I was talking about or how I got the money from my ex-husband. And it made people watch the video. But when they watched the video, they realized I did not take $400,000 from him. We were broke when we were together. I actually made $400,000 18 months later after leaving him because I was free and I could, go and create and be who I was called to be. And it made people watch that video. Does that make sense? And so I used that text hook to stop people, to get them to actually watch my video, and then they can see the rest, okay? The fourth thing you want to do is have a visual hook in your video. Again, because when people land on your content, it's what they see first before they actually hear it. So having some text on screen, but then something visually catching their attention, okay? Something visually catching their attention. That is going to help you so much because, again, people are scrolling on mute and they want to be entertained. And so if you're doing something visual, it's going to get their attention. So sometimes what I will do as a visual hook is I'll use something as a random object, okay? Other times I'll do a visual hook where I run towards the camera. Another visual hook I may use is I may put my phone in a cabinet and then I open the cabinet and start talking, okay? Other times I'll put my phone in a drawer, right? And then I'll hit record on it and I'll pull the drawer out and I'll start talking directly into the phone, okay? Other times I'll put my phone on the floor, right? And then I'll be standing up and I'll talk into my phone from that angle. It's an entirely different angle, but also I'll take my phone and I will film from this angle. Visually, it's a pattern interrupt. Everybody else is creating content straight up and down, looking the same. But if I'm doing something different visually, it is literally getting people's attention in a way that other people aren't doing, right? Does that take a little bit more effort and a little bit more creativity? Yeah, but you can go ahead and just make a list of your top 10 visual hooks that you're always gonna do. This angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, lip gloss, microphone. You can always use the exact same hooks for your videos, but visually you're doing this so that you can get your audience's attention. The fifth thing you want to do in your content is that you want to make sure that you have great energy, okay? Now, I have high energy. That doesn't mean you have to have high energy. It means that you just can't be boring. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't on social, they're on TikTok to be entertained. You can't just be sitting there looking like you're bored. Like, you don't even know why you're there or why people should watch your video. Nobody's gonna watch a video like that. Your energy can be just where you're talking and you're confident or what have you. Or your energy can be high like mine is, but you don't want to be on the screen making people feel like, all right, well, it's time to go to bed. I know it's only 3:30 in the afternoon, but it's time to go to bed. People are going to scroll away because you are boring them, okay? So make sure you have great energy. And then finally, make sure you add some type of value to people when they're watching your content, okay? So let's just say you're a business owner, you're a coach or consultant, you want to be adding some value in terms of whatever it is that you're teaching, right? But make sure whatever it is you're teaching that people can understand, they can digest it, right? So I have some of my clients, they're in the financial industry, and I explain to them that like, you're really smart and you know what you're talking about, but I have no idea what you're talking about. And if I'm watching you and I don't understand it and I feel like I don't understand it, I'm not going to watch you, because to watch you hurts me. To watch you makes me feel stupid. And nobody wants to watch someone that makes them feel stupid, right? So you want to take the language that you have and bring it down to my level so that I don't feel stupid, I feel informed, okay? If you are a content creator or an influencer, you get this awesome opportunity to go, okay, here's who I am, here's the kind of content that I create, here's how I can make this entertaining. For example, I ordered 8 months of GLP-1 and it came in the mail and it came in a big box. And I said, okay, I'm going to create a piece of content that is entertaining for my audience, but also lets me do an unboxing. And so I had the box on the table, and immediately I like slid the box on the table and said, I just got 8 months of in the mail, and I'm gonna open it for you, right? And so I'm opening the box, and I'm just letting them see me open up my box. I'm letting them see me the needles, the vials, they're seeing the alcohol pads, and I'm just talking and I'm being fun and being entertaining as I am showing them what I got in the mail. Now, was there anything like of high entertainment happening in the video? No, it was more informative, but the way that I was delivering it to them, they were able to receive it, be entertained, and I think it was 2 or 3 days, it has almost 50,000 views on this video. I know within the next month, it'll have 1 million+ views on the content because I've done it before on other content, because it works. And so we just have to have these creative ways to add value to people as they are watching the content, okay? Now, if you are someone and you're saying to yourself, wow, this was so valuable, I really want to be able to grow more on TikTok. Well, listen, I have a course. It's called Vertical Video Mastery, where I walk with you every single day as an influencer, content creator, or as a business owner, teaching you how to use Instagram Reels and TikTok marketing to build an online brand, monetize your content, or sell your products and services. It is open right now. You can go to verticalvideomastery.com, or it's in the description and the show notes, and you can join me and I will coach you for the next 8 weeks. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit subscribe to the channel. I have a new video that comes out every single week, and like this video.